Okay, what is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It's your boy Blue, and this is SimRail, a railway simulator. This is the playtest build, and I'm going to show you how to operate as a dispatcher on multiplayer. It's actually not that difficult. First, we're going to click on multiplayer here on the bottom left, and then we'll wait for the servers to all populate. And then I'm going to go to the search bar here, and I'm just going to type in EN for English, and that'll show us all of the English servers. And we're going to choose English 2 and hit next. And then I'll go to traffic dispatcher and next. And I recommend, if it's your first time or your first couple times, start off with some smaller stations. Some of these stations can get quite big and overwhelming, so I recommend starting with a small station with no platforms. So I'm going to start off with the one that starts with the O. These are all in Polish because we are in Poland. And this one is pretty simple. It's a little station with 2 side tracks. That's it. Electrical devices and very low difficulty level. You can see this is a picture of our station and a couple more shots here on the right. Let's click play. All right, welcome to our small dispatch station. One thing that's really cool about SimRail is that each dispatch station is unique to how it is in real life. So before we dive into what's here in the station, we're gonna go take a look at our actual track and see and get familiar with what we have to work with today. So let's run up here. You can see what our dispatch station looks like. Pretty sweet. And I'm gonna run through the gate. And all right, so we have 2 tracks, right? So we have a main line here that switches over there. And then we have 2 sidings. So we have a side track here and a side track there. And we also have a runoff area over there. Now I'm familiar with this station. I've been here a couple times before. Very relaxed, easy, chill. There's no platforms here. Everybody who's coming here is basically passing straight through. They might stop for a few minutes, but that's about it. So that's our track. All right, so to quickly jump back into the station, you can run back to the door we came out of, or you can click on the 1 key on your keyboard, and there we are. We're back in our dispatch station. You can also go back here, and if it's nighttime, turn the lights on and off. It's actually very helpful when doing night ops. So over on our dispatch desk, to open the screen, you just click on the screen. There you go. And to get out of it, you hit escape. We're going to start off on the right screen. So this is our schedule for the entire day. On the top left, you see 11:11. That is a current in-game time. And then here is our list. So we have scheduled arrival, real arrival, type of train, train number, from post, to post, track, line number, layover, stop type, all that stuff. So let's use this one. So our next train is going to be at 11:25. That's the scheduled arrival time. Now this is not always accurate because this board is not dynamic. If a train is late, it will not show that it's coming in late, and it will not update to show a real arrival or a real departure. So the next train coming at 11:25 is an ECE. Its train number is 14119, and it's coming from this P place and going to this W place on line 4. And the layover means it's stopping at our station for 4 minutes and is scheduled to depart 4 minutes later at 11:29. That's if it gets here on time. And then it shows again the real departure, which again is not dynamic, so you can't really trust that. And then it says the start station, which is Warsaw. That's where it left from, and that's where it's terminating, Bohemian, and it's a PKP Intercity SA. So let's say, for example, a real player contacted you and said, "Hey, I'm 14119, but they're late, and you want to find them." You can go into train number and type 14119, and then hit enter, and that will filter it by train number. And yet now you can go and find that train where he's scheduled to go to and from. So again, escape to get out of the screen, and over to our left screen, we'll click here, and look at this. If you look at the red box, that shows that there's a train coming. So what does this mean? So 1131 is the signal that it's at, which is here, and 14119 is the train. So this is the train number, and this is the signal that it's at. So you can see this red block means there's a train occupying this block. This is signal block 1131. That makes sense. So if a train was coming or leaving on any of these other directions, we would see in a big red box and a red square down here that a train is there, its number, and its location. So in this case, we know this is signal 1145 and train 14119 coming from Pillwatch, whatever. So we know our station does not have a platform, but we do know also that he is stopping with us based on our timetable. So let's go back really quickly and plan this out. So I'm gonna clear here and we'll go back to this train. So we have another train arriving from the same direction about 2 minutes afterwards, which means we need to set this train on a siding while the next train is able to pass. So what we're going to do is go back to our dispatch board. Now this is where it gets interesting, right? So how do we pass a train through here? What does this mean? So first of all, let's go through what all this stuff means. So right here we have track 1, we have track 2, track 3, and track 4. This 2 in the middle are the main line. I hope I'm explaining this simple enough for you guys. And then these tracks on the outside are the sidings that we saw earlier. And then this right here is that little extra track that kind of goes off on the edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 14119 and pass him on to the siding 3, hold him at siding 3, allow the next train, which we can't see on here yet, to pass by him. And then after he passes by, we'll clear him through there. Now, how do we do that? Pretty simple. So these arrows are basically showing the direction of track. So this yellow arrow shows that our direction of track is right to left, and it's another yellow arrow on the other side showing right to left. So this is the entrance into our area. On the left is the exit from our area. We do not have any control outside of these arrows. Same thing the other way. So this track is going to right. This track is coming in from the right. Now there's another arrow right after that yellow arrow. If we click on that one, that'll highlight. So what it's going to do is it's going to show the different options of where we can go from this track. So say if we want to go to here, which is O, we can click on O. And then up top, we have 3 options, which are all in Polish. But if you hover over them, it shows set up train route, immediate train route cancellation, and immediate train route cancellation confirmation. So I'm going to click on the first one, POC, which is set up train route, and then execute. And now it's going to go in white, which means it's working. So we'll watch these. So all the switches are going to be changed. There we go. So we see the switches have changed. And now it's green. So once this goes green, this means that this train now has a green signal. So it's not going to stop at all. It's going to come straight in, continue all the way up to this. Now this is a red signal. So he's going to stop there. He'll hold there until we allow him to be released. Now look at that. A second train has now popped up on our dispatch board. It's at signal 1069 and it is train number 1421. So now let's escape and go back out to our timetable and we'll go look for that one. So that's 1421. That's this guy right here who is scheduled to arrive just 2 minutes after the first train. He is type EIJ. I don't know what that means, but he is coming from the same direction and going to the same direction. He will also be on train line number 4. He is not stopping because his layover says 0. So his departure time is the same as his arrival time. We have another train coming in 10 minutes after that. So he's not going to be a factor, at least for now. Let's go ahead and escape back to our dispatch board. And we can see our train is now arriving into our area. And the other train is still coming through the signal. So look at that. That red line there means that that track is now occupied. Now we can actually go outside and watch this happen. So let's go out, run outside. And while we're running over here waiting for this train, also on the top left of your screen, you'll see trains. This is going to show trains that are near you in the area. So it has the train number there, 14119. It shows 59 kilometers per hour. That's its speed. And then I believe the next one shows the actual signal that it's near, and then how many meters away from that signal they are, which is 163. You see this train is now arriving. And here's a signal that we told him to stop at. And I don't think this is a player. If I hit tab, we can go see the full list of players. And we can actually change roles to train driver. And we can see that no. So there are no player-driven trains near us. We can see there's also dispatchers. So there's no dispatchers near us, but they're out there. They do exist. So there's a few dispatchers on currently. I chose more of a light server for this demonstration, but again, you can see there he is. And if this was a person, he could hop out the train and say hi to us if he wanted to. But yeah, graphics are great. Oh my God, it looks so good. But this is not what this video is about. To allow this train to go through, I'm going to click on this arrow. here at B, which is the arrow right after the entrance point of one papa, the yellow arrow, and I'm going to click on this one. So I know you want to say, hey, can I just click on this one? For some reason, you're not. The way that I was taught to do this is you click on the first signal after it that you want to go to, and then hit setup train route here, execute. And then we'll wait a few seconds so it goes white. You'll see the tracks are going to switch over for a straight line, and then it will go green. So give it a second. There it is. Now this is all green, which means clear track. And we're going to clear him all the way through our area. So I'm going to click on the red arrow right here. I know it's red, but click on the red arrow. And now we're going to click on the exit point and hit POC once again, set up train route, execute. And now that is going to give him a clear signal all the way through our station. He will not have to stop at all while this train is sitting and waiting. All right, while we're waiting for this train to arrive, another very important thing I think people need to know is, let's just say you accidentally misclicked, or maybe you need to make a change or delete a route. How do you do that? So click on, again, the entrance point. We're gonna make a route first, and then I'm gonna hit setup route, execute. That route has been made. Let's say, hey, I changed my mind. I wanna close this route. To do that, I am going to click again here on the full route that we've created. So here to here, so W to G. I'm gonna click on both of them. Yeah, we'll click on ZW, immediate train route cancellation. I'm hit execute. That should go green. If it doesn't go green, then you've done something else, you've done something wrong. And then after that, for some reason, you have to do it again. So I'll click it again and then go to ZWP, and that's gonna immediately cancel that route. And now you can see that is cleared. So now we should have a red signal here, and this is no longer a clear route. Now we can see the next train is approaching our station area. All right, and there he goes. That's a fast train. In the playtest, we can't yet drive that, but I'm looking forward to driving it. So back on the dispatch board, you can now see that red box is now on our left because now he has exited our area. And that also, again, shows his number and his signal. So it'll keep going through these blocks until he gets completely off our table. All right, next I'm going to show you guys a bigger station, but before we leave, I want to show you guys the phone, how to operate the phone. It's actually a pretty cool way they've done this. So if we go back in here, you can see we have the P station and the W station. If we go here, we'll see we hover. There's a W station, which is AI currently, and the P station, which is currently AI. We can actually call them or send them directly a message by clicking here and go to, let's just say, what was that train number? 1421. So 1421 departed at 11:26. I'm gonna type in 1421, hit send, and that will now type up there, train 1424. Is it 1424? Wrong number, but still, you get the point. Departed at 11:26. So that's how that works. And then they will also come back and repeat that. That's the AI. Now, you don't have to do that. The AI knows what they're doing. Now, if this was a real player, you could actually pick up the phone and then click on the station, and then you can literally just talk to them. That is possible. So put that back down. Which is a very cool feature that they've actually implemented that on the phone. And here we are. As you can see, this station looks completely different, slightly bigger, but very, very different. So I'm gonna go right into our board and see what's going on here. So we currently, all right, as you can see, we have a lot going on in this particular station. You have a lot more tracks. We still have that same main line 1 and 2 here right in the middle, but we also have another track here on track 3 that looks like it goes off to somewhere else. So on the left, you can see this is the next station with that K, and here is the old station. Matter of fact, this was our station that we just left from, and those are the 2 trains that we had. So Perron 1 is a platform, and Perron 2 is a platform. All this down here, I think, is shunting areas that we don't have to worry about yet. So let's prepare for our trains. First on signal 1393, coming from Osweiss on LK4, which is track 1 for us. That's gonna be 1421. He's a pretty fast train, so we'll be here pretty quickly. Over to our timetable. So I'm just going to search 1421, and we'll see he is scheduled to be here at 11:41. That is 11 minutes from now, but he might be early. So we'll have to be prepared for him. He's going from Os whatever to Napa whatever on line 4, layover none. So he's not stopping with us. So he's scheduled to depart the same time he arrives. So we're just going to clear him to go straight through. So I'm going to go back to our dispatch board here. I'm going to click here on the entrance where the yellow is and click B, and then click M here, and at POC, which is train route, set up train routes, and that will give him the green signal because he's the first train coming through. And we're just gonna pass him straight through here. One thing to note, if this train was going, to this Z place, we would need to actually route him not straight through, but over here. And to do that, we can click on the M here, and that now gives us the options of where we can send him. We can send him down here, here, or up here. Obviously, straight through, so we click on T. So, hold on. Here, and then there. And POC, and then execute. Now that will clear him to go straight through. Now, another thing I want to note is that you can actually change the direction of any of these tracks, but you have to cooperate with the next station. The next station has to accept it. So basically, if I wanted to receive trains on both main 1 and 2, which you normally wouldn't want to do, you could click on this yellow arrow, and then you go up to the top and click permission for direction change. And then on the other side, on the other station, they will have to accept that direction change. And then once you both are in agreement, that arrow will switch to the other direction. And another thing that I didn't explain earlier is there is a push to talk button. So if you're on multiplayer and an actual player is driving by or in your area, you can click on the key underneath the escape key to use push to talk to basically proximity chat. Anyone around you will hear you. So you can do clearances, you can ask questions, whatever it is you want to say, you can do that by hitting the button underneath the escape key. And there's also a text chat. So on the bottom left, you can just click into it and say, good morning, and that will put in the time, your station, and your username, and then your text. And as trains arrive and depart, you'll get messages from those AI stations saying, hey, train 3120 has departed at 11:33. All right, 14119, and this is a great example. So he's coming in on line 4. Layover is 7. That's 7 minutes. And PH. PH means he is stopping at a platform. And then this also means Perron 2. I think that's track 3. We're going to confirm that that is what it is. So stopping for 7 minutes at the station on the platform 2, track 3. So let's go look at that. So here it is, Perron 2, track 3. So we need to maneuver him that way. To do that, I'm going to go hit the arrow here at B, and then here. So again, we have all the options. We're going to click on N. That's track 3 at Perron 2. POC, set up train route, execute that. And that should give him a green light and clear track to go all the way into his station. And again, he'll stop there and wait there for 7 minutes before departing, or probably longer because I think he's early. All right, here he comes here on platform 2, track 3. You can see the translation there on the actual signage. And he's going to be stopping here, and he'll wait for a little while. I actually ran all the way down here from the dispatch station. All right, let's try something a bit more difficult. Yeah, this is our board now. I know the first time I saw it, I was like, what the heck is that? So I got some help from a friend, so a huge thank you. He knows who he is. On how to operate this. This is kind of the same thing as we were just doing, except like more manual. So this is a perfect time. We have a train that just arrived here on the platform, and we can see that by this long red line. That means that track is occupied. Now, if I hover over this line on the bottom of my screen, it says 40615. That is a train that is currently occupying that part of track. If we go over here to the right, we'll see another train departed that's in 40164. That's who he is. Now it does also tell you the numbers. So there's 3022. So same as we saw before, except you have to kind of go into the board, zoom in. I have not found a way to click on the board, make it pop out. Hopefully they'll make a change that allows you to kind of have this on another monitor or something like that. It'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, so that's how it is right now. You can see this train is currently sitting at a red signal. He's moving because he's moving from the platform, but over there, there's still a red signal. So you can see this track, a bit easier to kind of understand. It's also going right to left. So that's the number 40615. Let's find out where he's going, where he's departing. 40615, there he is right there. It's currently 8:48, and he departs at 8:49. And yes, so PH again. So he stops. So his layover is 0, but he did still have to stop here because PH is there, which means he has to stop at a platform. He's on looks like Piran 1, track 1, I believe is what that means. And he's headed towards Sosnowiec. All right, so that's all the information that we need to know. We have another train coming in about 10 minutes after him. So let's go ahead and get ready to release him. So I'm gonna go back out here, and it's very easy. So we know he's here. He wants to go that way. We can see on the left, SOS Snowick, that's the next station. Again, on the right side of this board, we'll see the previous station, so Dubrawa. And you also see arrows here to show what direction these tracks are going. And that's going right, that one's going left. So it's kind of, once you get to understand it, it makes sense, right? So these yellow markings are the direction or the switches. So if I click on this black button, if I right click, it tells you instructions underneath. So right mouse button moves it to the side position. Matter of fact, we're actually going to release this guy first so he's not late. So let's go ahead and just click on the green mark. I'm going to left click and hold it. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta fix this track. This track is not straight. So you see right now his track is actually angled. So it's going from here to up there. He needs to go straight through. So I am going to actually go ahead and left mouse click this. That'll switch to the home position. Home position is straight. So now you see yellow on the right, yellow on the left, which means this track's gonna go straight through that junction. So now I'm gonna click on the green button, hold it, and now it's gonna go white. The white means that that track is now clear. He should now get a green signal to go straight through and leave our area. Another thing that's very interesting about this particular board is obviously there's a lot of things here you need to go through and get familiar with them. Right down here are like braking, shunting courses. We're going to talk about that next. Up here you have delete signals and things like that. I haven't messed with all that yet. Hopefully you don't mess anything up so you don't have to use any of these buttons. But if you have an issue, kind of look at your board, see if you see any white lights around here. You might have to reset one of these buttons. But this is a basic tutorial. I'm not going to go into that, but I will show you shunting. So let's assume we don't have any trains coming in right now, but let's assume a train was coming in like a freight train and we wanted to hold on our station somewhere, right? So we don't want them to stop on track 1 and 2 because there's a platform there. 3 or track 4 is kind of like a bypass. I don't want him to hog that up either. So I would like to put him down here on track 6. Let's see how we would do that. So again, we can come from this way. We'll switch this one. So in our case, we only want these two to switch. So I'm gonna click down here at 3940 CD. I'm gonna right click on that. And that will switch these two together. So now that train's gonna come in from here. It's gonna go down. And then from here, it's showing it's gonna go straight through track 3. We don't want that. We want to turn down here. So I'm gonna click on 38. I'm gonna right click on that to side position. And now we have a yellow pointing down. So we'll continue. You can see we already have this one pointed down. So we want to switch that up. We want it to actually stay on this track here. So instead, we're going to move this guy down here to the home position. And now there it is. So that is our shunting route, or our route in general. But now to kind of get them to activate this, we need to go to the white buttons. The white buttons are like the shunting buttons. I'm going to hit left mouse click to set a shunting course. And it's going to seem like nothing's happened, but something did. So they're going to go back over here to the entrance of our shunting. So this little blue lights are for shunting specifically. I'm going to click on this one now. And now you'll see we have a white route going all the way into our track 6. And again, that's if you had a train and you need to bypass or something like that. And there we go. There's our shunting course. Now, if you want to get rid of it, you could revoke enable signal by right clicking. That goes back to blue. So now the train will not drive through that signal. And if you want to completely delete the whole thing down here, you can go to maneuver release button and right mouse click to break the shunting course. So right mouse click that and that will delete the entire shunting course. Just remember to put everything back to how you want it for the main line. So I really hope that makes sense. I hope this was able to help you guys at least get started with dispatching. I hope this doesn't go too long, but I know that I really struggle to learn all these things. There's a lot more that you can do as a dispatcher. There's a lot more buttons that I didn't go over, a lot more scenarios that I didn't go over. But again, this is a more of a basic tutorial just to kind of get you going, just to get traffic flowing, stopping and going. And hopefully this helps. Let me know if it did in the comments. Until next time, remember, you have 3 choices: give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. Stay safe out there.